right, so we're here at the Catoctin Mountain Park. And we are on the trail headed towards... Shoot, I don't fall. We're on the trail headed towards Thurmont Vista, which on the map it says is a point of interest, so we'll see what that is when we get there. Dad's having some trouble with his water pack.
So I'll tell you about like the trees and stuff. So like there's like some over there we're on a pink trail right now.
Mm-hmm.
So we're on the right, so that means we're on the right trail.
Right, so the trees are marked with the trail color. That way you know how to stay on the right trail. About this trail, Stink?
Good.
So far the kids are doing great on this trail. The vista was smaller than I thought it was going to be, but it was pretty. It was a good view.
Yeah.
It would be a good place to sit down and have lunch.
Yeah, that view was so pretty. What
are you trying to figure out?
I don't know if we go down or that way.
You don't know which way we go?
So you're talking about you don't know if we go this way or if we go this way.
Yeah.
Come on.
Let's go.
Film it. Oh, we lost another one.
Good thing you were on moss.
That's why she slipped.
Oh.
Medic!
You weren't on rocks. That's good. Just brush yourself off. We're good. So we're currently hiking back towards the visitor center. We're hoping to find the waterfalls. We were here a couple years ago. Just Trevor and I, not the kids. But we hiked to these really pretty waterfalls. And we want the kids to see them too. So we don't have a map. But if I remember correctly, if we get back to the visitor center, we can take a trail from there that leads over to the waterfalls. So we're gonna see if we can do that.
Yeah.
What you think, Ray?
It's really nice out here.
It's a beautiful day.
But it's really also hot.
It's mid-June, but it feels almost like an early fall. It's still cool.
Yeah.
It's perfect. Perfect. So we thought that we might sit down later, and our plan for this video was to go over our travel plans for later on next month, our big epic road trip across the country. We were going to sit down and go over the plans with you guys. That way, if you have any suggestions or tips for us before we go, it would be greatly appreciated. So we'll sit down and have a little chat later. See if we can make it to the waterfalls. That's where you're going.
Can I be the elephant?
All right, we found the trail that leads us to the falls.
Yay!
Let's go check it out. The boys found a stream. we just stopped at the falls, which
was very crowded.
Yeah, it wasn't as
Peaceful
and serene as we thought it was going to
Yeah.
be. There was a lot of people that had climbed over the boardwalk, even though it clearly states not to climb over the boardwalk. And we found out why we weren't supposed to climb over the boardwalk.
Somebody found a snake.
Say hi.
Hi.
What are you eating?
Peanut butter and garlic sandwich. PB&G.
PB&J.
PB&J.
She is on the honor roll.
The kids are doing pretty good considering. We've hiked almost
A little over 3 miles.
3 miles so far, and we still have pretty far way to go back. So we'll see when we get back to the truck. But
We're back to
we all wore our new hiking boots. We all got new hiking boots in preparation for our trip. So we're testing them out for the first time today, and so far so good, right?
Yeah. I think
Everybody's
we're
liking their
gonna-
boots. Guys, look at this. It says new exercise record. We're hoping that we're almost done this hike. I think we should be coming back to the parking lot soon. We weren't intending to hike this long today, but once you get out on the trail, you can't really do anything else but keep on walking, right?
Yeah.
So we've been hiking for a total of 6 hours already today. I have to add up the miles, but I'm pretty sure we're close to at least 5, if not more. And the kids are still hanging in there.
Yeah.
Carson's bringing up the back, but I'm really proud of them. I mean, I know my feet hurt, so I know theirs do too, but they're being troopers. We're coming up to a sign here, hopefully that'll tell us the way back to the parking lot. So yeah, it says I've burned 919 calories today. I don't know how accurate that is, but we've been walking for 6 hours, so could be. All right. We made it!
Yeah.
We see the parking lot.
I'm tired.
I know, bud. You did so good, though. You gonna fall asleep on the way home, you think? Yeah? We made it! How do you feel? You're still giving me a thumbs up. That's good.
I feel.
How do you feel, Carson? Are you happy we're done?
It's sad.
You're sad. Oh, well, good thing we have a whole lot of hiking to do this summer.
Well, we will get some ice cream.
All right, we did it. It was a really beautiful day, though.
Yeah.
Great day for hiking.
It's good to get outside.
Couldn't have asked for better weather.
It was a little longer than we thought.
I'm gonna add up all the miles. I'm gonna look at the map and do it. guys, we're home. It's actually the next day. We were exhausted when we got home last night, so we just came home and relaxed. I just got off of work and Trevor has the kids fishing again today, so I thought while I have a quiet minute, it would be nice to sit down and talk to you a little bit about our epic road trip that we have planned this summer. So if you watched our last video, we mentioned that we bought a camper last year. We took it out 4 to 5 times last summer. 3 hours was the most that we traveled away from our home to camp for like a long weekend. So we really wanted to go a little bit further. We wanted to explore more and see places that we had never seen before. I personally have never been out west. We're from Maryland. I've never seen the mountains in person and they just look so beautiful in the pictures. So we really wanted to make it our goal to go further with our camper and see things that we had never seen before. One thing led to another and now we're headed across the country for 25 days. I think the first part of planning our trip really was to come up with a main destination that we wanted to get to. And we went back and forth a little bit about where we wanted to end up, but we ultimately decided that our main destination was going to be the Grand Tetons and Yellowstone National Park. So once we decided that Grand Teton and Yellowstone National Park was going to be our main destination, we kind of filled in the gaps in between getting out there and getting back. We decided we wanted to hit as many national parks as we could along the way. The trip is going to be a total of 25 days. Pulling our camper, camping everywhere that we go. We're gonna be hitting a total of 8 national parks, so we're super excited about that. I have only been to 1 national park in my whole life, and that's Shenandoah. So this is gonna be a really big adventure for us. The one thing I did do beforehand was go ahead and purchase the America the Beautiful Pass, and if you've never heard of that, it's just an annual pass to get into the national parks. I went right on the national parks website and got to it from there. It was $80. It's good for a year from the time that you purchase it. I will say that I ordered it online, I think about a month ago now, and I still haven't received it in the mail. So if you're planning on going on a trip and you're ordering it online, I would order it well in advance. I'm gonna call tomorrow. Should just be a card that comes in the mail. So we still have plenty of time to get it before we leave. Just keep that in mind if you're ordering it online. So to plan the trip, I use this website called roadtrippers.com. I just happened to be doing a Google search about road trips and found it. There's a paid version and there's also a free version. You can use it on your desktop or there's an app that you can download to your phone. But it was really cool because I could put in my starting spot and then my destination, and it would map out the whole route along the way. And just by clicking a button, it would pull up all of the campgrounds along the way. So it was really easy for me to find places for us to camp. There's a few stops that we're gonna make that are just gonna be overnight stops. We're trying not to travel over 10 hours at a time, especially with the kids in the car, and that still seems like a long time to be traveling with kids, but 10 hours is our longest stretch that we're gonna go driving at once. Some of the spots are closer than 10 hours. We do have to make a couple overnight stops, especially heading out west, and for that I really stuck with KOAs. If you're not familiar with KOAs, it stands for Campgrounds of America. They're just campgrounds that are all across America. They're well known. I definitely stuck with them for our overnight stays because they're pretty consistent when it comes to having full hookup sites available and having the amenities that we might need if we need to fill up with water or get gas or that kind of thing. I did go ahead and invest in their KOA value card. I think it was about $30, and you can purchase it right along with your reservation that you make through their website, but it saves you 10% on your reservations, and you also earn points to use towards reservations in the future. So it's already paid for itself for us. So once we leave home, starting our trip, we're gonna stop once overnight in Indiana, once overnight in Iowa, and once overnight in Minnesota before we get to our first main highlight spot, which is Badlands National Park in South Dakota. I am so excited for that park. It looks beautiful on the pictures. It's like nothing I've ever seen before. So we're gonna be staying in the Badlands for 2 nights, and I think that'll give us enough time to see some of the trails. I did a little bit of planning and looked up some of the hiking trails beforehand, again, because we're gonna be traveling with the kids, so I wanted to make sure the hikes that we're going on are appropriate for them. And they do have quite a few easy trails there that I think the kids will really enjoy. So we'll stay there for 2 nights, and then we're gonna stay in South Dakota, and we're gonna camp near Mount Rushmore, which is also near Wind Cave National Park. So we're gonna hit that along the way too. We're gonna be there for 2 nights as well. And then we'll be heading to the Grand Tetons and Yellowstone. We're staying in a campground called Headwaters, and that is located right between the two parks. So we'll kind of be able to go up north to see Yellowstone and then down south through Grand Teton National Park. Very excited for that. We're gonna be there for 4 nights. We're gonna try to check out some hiking trails. We're gonna see Old Faithful, Grand Prismatic Spring, which looks so cool. And we also have a really cool river float trip booked up the Snake River. We got our bear spray ready to go. I've looked up a few hiking trails and some scenic drives that we can do. So after we leave Grand Teton and Yellowstone area, we're heading down to Colorado to camp in Rocky Mountain National Park for 3 nights. That was one of our original main destination points that we wanted to go to, but we were looking at the map and just kind of mapping everything out in their locations, and we worked the Grand Tetons and Yellowstone into that too. So we were able to kind of see it all, which is really awesome. So we're really excited about the Rocky Mountain National Park. My husband's super excited because we're staying at a campground that has a big lake with trout fishing. We're staying right on the river in that campground, so that should be really, really pretty. After we leave Rocky Mountain National Park, we're gonna stop and stay overnight in Kansas for 1 night before we head down to Arkansas and check out Hot Springs National Park. Hot Springs National Park looks really cool. It's actually, I think, the smallest national park, but it looks really neat, and I've heard a lot of good things about it, so we're really excited to check that park out too. So after we leave Hot Springs National Park, we're heading to Tennessee to stay in the Great Smoky Mountains. We're gonna stay there for a few nights, check out the national park there, and then finally, our final destination is Shenandoah National Park. So we're gonna head up to Virginia and stay in Shenandoah for 3 nights, and we're actually meeting family. They're gonna meet us there at our last stop, so that'll be really fun to see them there when we arrive for our last stop. I'm sure we're gonna be exhausted. I'm not so sure we know what we're getting ourselves into. If you guys have any tips on the national parks, hiking in the national parks, on traveling with kids for long distances, please, please, please let us know. We'll definitely be recording the whole way through. Everything that we learn along the way, we'll share with you guys. We plan on doing some campground tours, campground reviews, vlogs of our hike. So obviously this year we are dealing with the COVID-19 outbreak. I've been checking the websites of all of the campgrounds that we're staying at. They are very good about keeping us up to date on what's open and what's not open. And it seems like things are starting to open back up. So we're not quite sure what to expect when we get out there as far as some of the amenities, some of the gift shops and visitor centers being opened at the national parks and at the campgrounds. So hopefully that won't affect us too bad. We're just gonna prepare for them to be closed, and then if they're open, then it'll be a nice surprise. So thanks for watching this vlog, guys. The next time you see us, we are going to be in Chincoteague, Virginia camping, so stay tuned. We'll see you later.